Going live. Man, we're live. I don't see no picture. Wow. Where's my camera? So I might jump over here to OBS and see what's going on with that. And I don't have a camera. Going live. Man, we're live. I don't see no picture. Wow. Where's my camera? Well, that's not off to a good start. So let me figure this out. Why has this not got a picture? Let's go back over to here and figure out. Wow. I don't have no camera. Show's working. That's good. Still nothing there. Turn it off and turn it on. I just wonder. Two apps are using the microphone. Okay, so that I think. Let me see what's using the microphone. Microphone. It doesn't tell me what's being used on the microphone. It just says two apps are using the microphone. So. The only thing I can think it would be DaVinci Resolve, but I don't think it's got I don't think it's got camera connections on it. So L&K presents. Hello, I'm watching, chatting with you. Have a good blog. Well, we always hope that it's a good blog, but we're off to a bad start and that no one can see my beautiful face right here, or as I refer to sometimes, my ugly mud. So I'm trying to figure that out. So to kill time, I got 3 people watching. That's great. I apologize, my camera's decided to go to left field. So while I try to figure that out, I'm going to show you what I've been working on. I added this to my Rooting Roses. I will let you watch it and see what you think. Good afternoon. It's Saturday, August 14th, 2021. I'm getting ready to trim this rose bush. I actually sterilized my scissors. They are relatively new scissors. I sterilized them. So now I'm getting ready to do some trimming. And the whole purpose of this is I'm going to try to root these in for next year. I will be back momentarily. Alright, this is going to be part 2. I'm going to start this. I think I might close this door just to cut down on some of the glare. I've got the lights on in the garage, so hopefully that helps out. I apologize for walking in front. Okay, it's a little bit better, so I want to put that about right there. So I've done some prep work, and I got my containers ready, and I got my bottles ready, and I got my roses ready. I am going to re-sterilize the scissors when I go to cut them down, and I'm actually going to measure them this time. So I'm going to stop this one and see if I can play it. I want to see how, well, you know what, I think if I bring this up just a little bit to right there. That looks about right how I want it. I might move it in a little bit. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit better right there. So I do have some prep work now. I don't have it all done yet. I'm getting ready to do that. And I'm not going to stop this while I do the prep work. I'll just edit it out. And the prep work is simply going to be getting the containers ready. I was obviously trying to do something that didn't work out very well. There's a couple reasons for that. One, I put them in direct sunlight, and not supposed to do that. And two, I got impatient and checked on them when they were not ready to be checked. So that wasn't smart. That's about it, actually. Now, if this doesn't do well, so I'm going to speed this up a little bit. It's 12 minutes long. So I'm going to jump up to here. And this time, if I see growth, I'm just going to leave it go and go from there. So I'm going to step away a moment. Containers. But it's got growth, so that'll be my short container growth. Now I'm going to go back into here. I'm going to turn this off. You guys don't need to listen to me prep this. You understand the prep work. This is where I was getting the soil moist and wet. Expected time for, and this is where I see kind of messed some up kind of growth on these. Had a little bit of I'll mark that down. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the container. And I didn't do that. I got them in an area where I know 3 of them have already died. So I'm going to skip us to the end. Now this one's not. This one. And I just fast forwarded it to get past the boring parts. Now we only have 2 people watching, so guess I got bored one out. Fast forwarding didn't look too fast forward there for some reason. A little bit better. I'm still working on that. Moisture. It's amazing how much moisture they create. I should do a video tomorrow and show the humidity. In fact, I think I will. That could be my tomorrow night's live stream. I'll watch this. I added that as well. So that's where we stand on that. I just added the beginning. I'm getting a question from one of my viewers that is aware we planted mums yesterday, and I did water the mums this morning, and right before I took my wife to work. So I can't figure out my camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to actually add a camera and see if that solves the issue. And I'm going to put a new device, and there's the camera. So we're going to say OK, and then we're going to move me down here into this corner, and hopefully that's good to go. We'll see what happens here in just a minute. And I don't understand why my original camera would not work, because this is the same camera. Yep, there's the camera, so we got that problem resolved. So that's good. So whoever else is watching, in case you haven't figured it out by now, L&K Presents is actually my wife's account. So we were kind of trying to make it not so obvious, but since she said, can I water the mums tomorrow, then obviously people are going to put 2 and 2 together. Unless you're using the new math, and then you won't figure it out. So I don't really have anything specifically planned, but I will show you what I've been working on throughout the day. I watched this one, and that was pretty good. You can put videos over videos, and it's pretty interesting. I think toward the end is where I got the most interest. Let's see if this is where I got the most interest, because he rotate. I'm going to play this right here and you'll see what I'm talking about. See how he does that? I'm going to incorporate that into my stills of my grandchildren. So I haven't gotten rid of that. And then I forget why I kept that one open. And then this one I will look at the hologram effect later. And then this one was making an introduction. I've got it actually up on my other screen so I can practice along with it, which you just watched making an introduction when I showed this right here, because that's what this is. This is an introduction right here. And it's real simple. So we got 4 people watching now, which is actually myself and 3 others. So that's cool. I like how this turned out, and it's kind of interesting. At least I think it's interesting that it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It took 8 nodes to produce that effect, and it's pretty cool. I didn't mean to start that, so I didn't shut it off, so that's why I did that. But yeah, it's all in nodes in DaVinci Resolve, and it would be layers in Photoshop. I haven't shied away completely from Photoshop, but I'm not attacking it like I used to. I think what I'll do is, the farther I go, if I go over here to, I think it's text, no, wrong one. If I go to merge, no, wrong one. Go to rectangle, no, wrong one. Bring my text up over here on one. Where's it at? There it is. So, it's 2 different colors actually. I'm going to explain that in a minute, but I think the next title I'll put Rooting Roses Part 2, or Rooting Roses the follow-up, or Rooting Roses the didn't want to do that. The I don't know. I'll figure out something. So if I go back, I just want to make sure I didn't screw this up yet. And it looks like I did. I did. Okay, so that's cool. Watch this. I messed that up. It no longer has the effect it used to have. So, Black Watch, yes, I don't know that I broke it, but let me fix this problem real quick. If I can even. I don't even know if I can. I may have. Okay, so let me go back to the beginning. Make sure I got my effect. Okay, I got my effect back. Gary, thank you for joining us. We have Black Watch and Gary in the house. I didn't really have a specific title right now. I'm trying to fix a problem that I just created. Okay, I got that back how I want it, so I'm going to put that back. Now I'm going to come back over here. I want to go into my text. I want to go into here, and I want to pick the color, which I think was this one, and go back to here. Yep, I'm good. So I noticed the first time I replay this, it doesn't really do that smooth, and the second time it does smooth, so that's cool. So some of you may or may not seen this already. I posted this portion of it where I trimmed my rose bush and prepped them to grow roots, hopefully, so that next year we can add to our rose bush collection. So let me come over here real quick like, and some of you may or may not see this already. I posted this portion of it where I trimmed my rose bush and prepped them to grow roots, hopefully, so that next year we can add to our rose bush collection. So let me So Black Watch, my wife is actually watching. She is actually the L and K that you see in the chat room, and now she's wanting me to come in and watch her TV shows with her, which I'm not going to. I think I'm going to actually, and I almost did this tonight. I'll bet you that if I come back over here, yeah, still no camera. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to delete the camera, and it'll say yes, and I'm going to add back in the camera, and I'm going to go with video capture device, add existing. Let's see if it actually sees it, and it did not. So that's crazy. Yeah, the Fairweather flowers. Bear with me one moment. I want to get this camera back. This is bugging me. So I'm going to add an existing camera. I'm going to go to video capture because I know that works, and there it is. I'm going to put this down here and do that. So that'll... They're Filipino shows, I'm pretty sure. We were watching Monday's broadcast of American Ninja Warrior, and then I kind of lost track of time. I was a couple minutes late, and then I would bet my bottom dollar that it's her Filipino shows, and we're still looking into figuring out how to get those off of the app. Somehow we've got incorporated DVR into the picture, and I don't know how to do that yet. So here we go. Put that back there. So now I should have camera there, and just that. And then this is my solution once I figure out how to make this work for when I want to do music. And I'm still iffy on that. I don't want to get many violations, so I'm going to add an existing, go to video capture, I'll say okay, it's going to come up. I'm going to put it right here. I think if I hold shift it keeps everything the way it's supposed to, and there we go. No, you didn't scare her off. I didn't even ask her to watch the broadcast. I was really quite surprised. She's one of the first people. I seen Ellen K Presents, and I had to stop and think, oh wait, yeah, that's our account, or her account. So, but I think I'm going to actually put some prep work into this, which is scary because that means I'm actually thinking about what I want to do instead of just doing it off the fly. I'll show you guys. I mean, it's not a matter of national security or anything. So TFC. So this is the app right here. Nope, that's not the app. I'm sorry. I apologize. That is not it. The Filipino. Oh, I know what it is. It's not. I'm not even close. It's iwanttfc.com. So this is the app right here. Okay, so this is what we want. This is what she wants. She watches quite a bit of she watches practically every show that's on the Filipino channels we get now. But they don't have DVR capabilities, or if they do, I haven't figured out how to do it. So, this one's pretty good. It's about a cop and his brother gets killed. I've actually watched it. Some of them are subtitled, some of them are not. He's into hers alright. Manganda Buhay, that's pretty good. We watch it all the time, and my Filipino's horrible, so it's actually Tagalog. But yeah, if I can figure out how to DVR this, it would be a big help, but I can't do it. And I've experimented with screen recorders on a couple different things, and it gets the audio, but it doesn't get the video. So there's been some progress made on that front. Because I used to screen record a lot of stuff, but now you can't. And then I just cannot figure out how to do the DVR. And I read somewhere that once you download it, it's good for a week, but she's not real good about keeping up with her shows. Yeah, I would say Bollywood's slightly ahead of the Filipino. We're probably 3 weeks, if not a month, behind. The advertisements we'll watch today were for stuff that happened in early July, and I don't quite understand that. I don't know why there's a delay in 2021. Should be pretty instantaneous, I would think, but it is what it is. Just got to deal with it. Checking into changing my cell phone carrier, and at the same time we're looking about cutting the cable. If we can cut our cable and get the same things plus more for less money, then I think that's the way to go. Is that on the radio, Black Watch? I don't know. I used to have a program, Rama Radio, that you could listen to any radio station in the world, but I lost it somewhere and I can't seem to find it. And it's not a big deal. Now I have a massive amount of Filipino music on a flash drive for her. Every time we go to Indiana for 2.5 hours, she gets to listen to her Filipino songs. We bought a tablet just so we can download the Filipino shows from DirecTV onto the tablet, and then she can watch those while we're driving. Or on the weekends that I go play poker at my brother's, she gets to watch her shows while I try to win some money. The last time I played, I was so mad at myself. I was guaranteed second place, and I learned a valuable lesson that I actually finished fourth because I had just told myself don't play stupid, and the very next hand I played stupid. I had kings and tens, and this idiot kid that ended up winning had nothing until the river, and he got a straight on the river. It was horrifying. So, I'll have to look into that. I'll check that out on the internet. We don't listen to much radio. I download a lot of music. In fact, I haven't even tested that out lately, and maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll get in trouble for doing that tonight. Imagine that. So, I'm gonna go find one. I don't want that one. I want this one. I want. We don't listen to much radio. I download a lot of music. In fact, I haven't even tested that out. See what comes up here. Wow, that's the whole album. I generally stay away from albums, but I'm going to try to get it. I think it's called YouTube. Wow, I can't remember. Hang on one second. I got to go jump over here to my other computer. I got to look up something I've got on my... Oh, where did it go? Oh, here we go. It is called YTMP3. Okay. Why can't I remember that? YTMP3. $. I think this is it. Maybe it worked. Maybe it don't. Maybe it's not. Apparently it can't. I get this a lot, and then it comes up. I don't know what that's all about. So how this works is I'm going to mute this so that they can't hear it. I'm going to start the video. Well, I'll just start it here. I'm going to mute it again. Pick up the URL. You bring it over here. You paste the URL. I want it to be MP3 because I want to play it in the car. And then we see what happens. Yeah, no, I won't get another strike. That's why I muted it, so they have no clue what's going on, because unless they're actually monitoring my screen and are watching my stream itself, that would be kind of interesting. But whenever we get, like when we went to Minnesota, I sat here for an hour and just downloaded music, got everything good to go. Yeah, somebody stopped me. So this is taking an extremely long time. So while we're waiting on that to catch up, we're thinking about um, taking up our carpet and putting this kind of flooring in. It's just a debate. Our carpet's old and it's probably, I don't think it can be cleaned again. So we started looking into this, and we're probably going to go with an off-color gray or something or another. I don't know. Wow, maybe they have changed this. This is weird. Usually you can do up to 90 minutes with no problem, and that said that was 54 minutes. I'm going to start it again. I don't have any patience. I really need to develop patience when I do this stuff. So, and since I'm not doing anything in here, I don't really need that one running. I can bring this one up, and again, they don't know what's going on. We were actually going to do a rendition of Johnny Cash and June Carter's Jackson for everybody. We still might. My wife's got a lovely singing voice. I have a horrible singing voice, but we both like that song, so it's a possibility. Wow, this is just not like going at all. Yeah, we've looked at wood, and she kind of likes vinyl. We've looked at wood and we've looked at vinyl. We clearly aren't going carpet, and it's going to be couple 3 or 4 weeks down the road, if not even further, and we're only going to do the living room and our hallway. We're going to keep the 2 bedrooms carpeted. So I'm going to jump over here. You guys will still see that, plus get to hear my voice. I'm going to figure out why this isn't working. Let me hit, well, that's playing. Let me try this. Yeah, but I could probably dig up some pictures from when I had my extremely long hair, and it was I looked like Cousin Ed a couple times. We took some pictures with that, so that might be being blocked. I don't know. What do you guys think of my thumbnail tonight? Here, let me show that to you real quick. There's a joke behind this thumbnail too. So I'm going to wait for this to catch up over here, see how bad that is. Getting any rain up in Michigan? We need the rain. I had to water the mums earlier today, and I'll have to probably water them tomorrow. Wow, this must be the ever popular and famous 90-second delay. There we go. So that was my thumbnail, and that's actually me. And we photoshopped my picture into this thing we found off the internet. And the joke about it was when we redid the yard in Vegas, we had little holes all over the yard, and I made a joke one time about I'll be sued by some Mexican that breaking in my house, and I chase him away, and falls in one of the holes and breaks his leg, and they'll find me liable for some reason. And somebody said something, said, "Oh yeah, Senor Stout, I broke my leg running from Senor Stout." And then the next thing I know, I'm getting this picture sent to me, and the full picture, if I can find it, is, oh, I know where it's at. Hang on, I know exactly where it's at. Go to pictures. So it says Senor Stout, the toughest Mexican in the United States. That's just a personal inner joke between the 3 of us doing my yard. So, like I said, if you can't poke fun at yourself, then, you know. Got to start at home, so to speak. So we'll see how quick it takes for that to switch back over. Yeah, okay, so this is why she wants that. This is why she wants to go to this. I've showed this picture before. This is our first house we actually put an offer in Vegas, and she really liked this flooring. I mean, they did the entire house that way, which I wasn't too thrilled they did the entire house that way, but they did. So, and we really liked this house, but the roof was shot, and the guy only offers $1,000 to get the roof repaired, and we were like, no. So, you know, they say everything happens for a reason. We got out of this deal, and literally probably 3 days later, we found the house we ended up buying for the same amount of money, and it had a 2-car attached garage to it. So it worked out good, but she really likes this floor, and I'm 99% sure that floor is vinyl. So, oh wait, you guys can't see that. Hold on, I got the wrong screen, doggone scene going. Oh, I gotta start all over. I don't know why there's such a delay tonight. There's clearly a delay. There we go. So, as I just said, first house, we liked it. She liked the floor. They did the whole house that way. It was a really good house. I mean, it was really, they did a lot on the interior, but they didn't do nothing outside at all. And this was the little dining room. The whole kitchen's back here. And it comes out over here on this side, and then the hallway goes down to the master bedroom and a spare bedroom with an extra bathroom in it, and then little sunroom, which is right there. Kind of like that. I mean, it was nice, but it wasn't going to work out, so we didn't get it. So it took me forever to find that, and I actually had to go back and watch a YouTube video to find it, and I finally did. So we're good. So I need to see what is going on with. And probably later tonight I'm going to watch some videos, because like I said, oh, wrong one. I really want to figure out that one effect that I watched on DaVinci Resolve earlier today, and then see if I can incorporate it with still pictures. So while I got that going, I can come over here and maybe do this. Try to figure out why this isn't working. I only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I only got 10 tabs running, so I don't think that's going to be it. See what my memory's doing. My memory looks like it's running at 15 of 64 gig. Yes, I did get my memory upgraded. I'll check that out later. Check that out later as well. I don't need that up and running. So let me come back over here, come back over here, come back over there. Wow, electricity's went out in Michigan. I think we had storms yesterday. We had to go to Indiana, so we DVR'd a show, and there was pixelation in it, which is another reason I want to get away from DirecTV, because I think the internet's gone out about twice. So as you can see, I brought up Task Manager, and it shows there's 64 gigabyte of RAM. It took 2 attempts to get the RAM to work. Shut everything down, unplugged everything, dissipated the power, took the fan off, put the memory in, fired it up, and nothing. Nothing. I mean nothing. Everything, fan was spinning, colors were going around, motherboard's making its little glowing watt thing, and I'm like, what did I do wrong? And then before I panicked, I was like, okay. I remember I remember Carrie saying something about if you had an issue, check the memory, one of the first things. So broke it all back apart, dissipated the power again, took out the 2 new memory modules, plugged it all back in, turned it on, fired right up. Great. That means, okay, great, cool. At least I got my computer back. So I did it all again, took it all apart, dissipated the electricity, took the fan off, put the sticks in, and I don't know what I did differently. Oh, and then when I fired it up with 2, I went into BIOS and shut off the XMP because I thought maybe the XMP is not allowing this to operate. So put it all back together, put them in, fired it back up, went into BIOS, and sure enough, it sees all 4 sticks, and I have 64 gigabyte. So I enabled XMP, restarted it, and it's been fine since. And I've noticed quite a bit of a difference, because before, when it was 32 gigabyte, we were trying to go through these pictures. There's 894, and you literally would get about here, and then it would just lag and lag and lag and lag and lag. So now it's super quick. I mean, I can scroll this thing down as fast as I want, and with the exception of some of the videos, they take a minute to load in. It loads in super quick. And I found one of my drives has 6,900 pictures on it. So you can imagine trying to look through 6,900 pictures on how fun that was. I gotta spin this around. I gotta see. Huh. Somebody's getting some snow. Gotta stop and think where that was at. I honestly don't know where this is at. Couldn't have been Vegas. It had to be here somewhere. Okay, yeah, that was here. 'Cause that's our apartment complex in the snow, so that's cool. Alright, let me go back over here and make sure, yeah, I'm on the right one. So this is good. I'm glad I did this. That was money well spent, and pretty impressed with how this is working so far. And like I said the other day, I didn't see any need to get 3 more RGB fans for the gimmick. The one's fine. And honestly, it came with the cooler, and the cooler was on sale, so it came with it. It is what it is. No big deal whatsoever. So for some reason I can't get this to work. I'm going to try something here. Believe it or not, I'm going to try this over here. I just wonder. Nope, wrong computer.
Budweiser's head brewer does 99-calorie Budweiser Select taste like Budweiser.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to see if that thing I was trying to do on my new computer will work over here on this old thing. And if it does, then that means it's an issue with my new computer or a setting somewhere. Yeah, this one's working just fine, so it's got to be something on this other computer. Working just fine. Wish I could show you guys. It's pretty cool. Go back over to here. So I actually thought this turned out pretty good. And I took about 40 minutes of video and condensed it down to, I believe it's 12 and a half. Yeah, 12 minutes 34 seconds. And then just for being funny, I put this on there at the end. And I kind of had it looking better than it does, but I tried to make a change and I could only get it back to here, so I was like, okay, I'm fine with that. And then I watched the how to make an introduction, which that's what I've got to learn how to do. I need to get a countdown clock. Gary, you and I are the same age. I am 62 as well. You know, Black Watch, most of the comedy I listened to growing up, I remember Bill Cosby had an album come out when I was, I don't know, 6 or 7 years old, and I remember that. He was talking about pencils, how big they were. They were like trees. And then George Carlin, a couple of his albums came out, they were hilarious. Oh, I don't go away after 50 minutes. I might go away after about 3.5 hours. I'm trying to do something over here on my other computer at the same time. All right, it works. I'm going to download that. Now I have a full album to put on my flash drive, so I can come back to you guys. I'm going to have to figure out why it works on one but not the other. So no sense leaving this running. We're good to go on that. So let's see here. Nope. Somebody. Oh, let me answer I got a laptop for sale. Let's see when this guy sent this message. Didn't say when. What a name. Bryant Fury. You know that's original. So let's see what happens with that. Go back to there. Where am I at here? I'm lost. Oh my goodness. Oh, did I check myself off? Uh-oh. How can this be working? I inadvertently shut something off I shouldn't have. And it's clearly still broadcasting. And did I have another tab open up? I do not. Okay, bear with me. Yeah, we can figure out where I'm at here. Richard Pryor was another good one, yeah. But I distinctly remember Bill Cosby, and I distinctly remember George Carlin. I think Richard Pryor was, in my mind, was better known for his movies than his albums. I don't remember that many albums, and I cannot find where I can see what's going on. And I'm clearly still broadcasting because I can look over and see it's still over there, and I see chat. So what did I do? Did I close the wrong one over here? Let's close that. Close that. Probably end up messing this up. Going to this one. Maybe this is it. No, this isn't it. Wow. So now I got two problems. The initial problem is if I can't figure out how to get back to where I was at, that's not what I want. I don't know how I'm going to shut, well, yeah, I do know how I'm going to shut this off. I will just go into my OBS and kill it there. I got two sons, Jeremiah and Matthew and Joshua and Michael, and now they've got 4 kids between them, 3 with one and 1 with the other. Of course, you guys know that. I've only showed the grandkids a million times. Wow. Okay, how do I get back to where I was at? Clearly it's not this one. Clearly it's not that one.
I got 2 sons.
Clearly it's not that one.
Jeremiah, Matthew, and Joshua, Michael.
Not that one. I thought it was this one. And it's not this one. So how do I go back to... I'm going to answer this dude on the phone. Hello. I apologize, I can't text and type and think at the same time. So I'm trying to give away our river rock, and and I'll show you what I'm trying to do here. Go into here, go into here, go into here, go into here. For someone that does as much as I can do on these dumb things, I can't do a whole lot. Didn't want that. I can't think. I want to go into my account. So I'm trying to get rid of this river rock right here. It's horrible. I hate it. And I posted on Marketplace and 4 or 5 sites here in Charleston that free river rock, you haul it, must take it all, yada yada yada. Well, I got a quicker response on that than I did on my laptops. That's picture number 1. That's picture number 2. My initial intent was to fill this in with river rock going out to the chicken coop, but I kind of have strayed away from that because the weeds are coming up there. There's picture number 3. You can't even see this right now. It's so overgrown with weeds that we're getting rid of it. I just hate it. I honestly hate it. So it's good. Got a guy coming tomorrow to look at it, and that's great. The sooner I can get it gone, the sooner I can get some fresh dirt in here, and the sooner I can get my roses replanted and everything else, and that'll be a good thing. Yeah, man, I hope this falls through. I mean, I hope it goes through. I don't want it to fall through. I want it to go through. So I'm back to having an issue in that I inadvertently shut off my YouTube tab that showed me being live and how many people are watching and chat and this, that, and the other. And it also, that's where you end the stream at. So now I'm trying to figure out how to get back to that because I don't see it, and it could be a problem. Nor I can't talk. Nor can I see how long I've been yammering on because I didn't really pay that much attention to the clock when I started. So I can at least glance over to that one and see there's still 2 people watching, and I know one of them No, it probably is 2 legitimate people because I'm not watching it now. This is YouTube home, YouTube home. A video I was watching, YouTube home. I started watching this one on animation, but this guy is just kind of difficult to keep up with. He's literally all over the place. And then there, is it in here and I'm just not video analytics maybe? No, that's going to be for that video. Real-time updating live. That's not it. Go back one. If I inadvertently cut us off, I apologize, and I'll probably will come back in a minute once I do that. Wow. I don't know what I've done. Go to video analytics. That's going to be for this video. Notifications. Yeah, we knew there was a... go to channel analytics. Maybe this is it. Nope, that's the overall channel analytics. Doggone it, how did I do that? Well, I learned something. I learned that if I accidentally shut that off, I'm still able to broadcast because I'm still broadcasting or streaming or whatever you want to call it. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Interesting. I'm already, I can't go to create. I can't go live. What happens if I try to go live? Does it go? Oh, wait a minute. Now, this could be something good. Let's see if this helps me. Oh, there we go. I got it back. Yay! I figured that out on my own. Awesome. Outstanding. Good deal. Didn't lose anything. Okay, so I got back to where I was trying to get back to. It'll pop up here in a minute. I now can end the stream. I've been going 51 minutes and 48 seconds. And according to this, there's nobody watching, which is fine. So, hopefully the River Rock gets picked up. That's good news. And then I think tonight I'm going to work on this effect right here, which I'm going to go ahead and play it again. That I want to learn to do, and that I want to learn to do. And he's doing it with a video. I'm thinking I can do it with stills as well. I watched this one guy said, whatever you do with the video, you can do with the still, and whatever you do with the still, you can do with the video. So I'm hoping that I can figure that out. And I may have to see if he's got something similar to this so that I can learn it. So, because what I do is I start the video over here to my left, turn my chair around. As they do it, I do it. And I've done that with 2 things now, and both of them turned out pretty good. I've got my own ideas that I want, but until I get really super good at what I'm doing, then it's just best that I, play along right here with this. I had fun editing this. It took forever to edit, and literally, I mean, almost 3 hours to edit this. But I learned a lot. So I think I could edit a video on my own now, and I think I can add things to it. That just amazes me that it takes to make that one little effect. You can do it like this. It's really super neat, I think. Which brings me back to me, and I'm trying to decide if I want to have a countdown when I schedule these. If I want to have a 15-second countdown or whatever, I think what I need to do is time when I do that, because how you do that is see if this will work. So you go in here to here, you go live, and then you go to manage, and then you schedule a stream right here. I need to do that, so I could schedule a stream for tomorrow night right now, actually, if I wanted to. I don't know if I can cancel it or not, so I'm not going to. But it's real simple. You just hit schedule the stream, and you can use settings from before, and it looks like I've got quite a few. So I think what I might do is actually one for each day of the week, and then see if I can edit from within those. Because if I can, that's the way to do it. Because the way I think it's just me, you, and Blackwatch. I think that's all that's here. Technically, I'm watching it because I did figure out how to get back in here. So I'm one of the three. Blackwatch just made a comment a minute ago, and you just made a comment a minute ago. So there's at least three of us here. Haven't seen Tony in a couple days. I hope he's okay. I did notice that he's got a channel. I'm just wondering. I've not checked this out yet. He's got 39 subscribers. So see if he's got videos too. Awesome. That is awesome. Nope, maybe not. So this is his home. This is his subscribers, and it looks like he did a video with 50 songs on it. So that's cool. That is really cool. I didn't know when you went to someone's channel it brought up everyone they're subscribed to. 349,000 subscribers. I got 11. Oh, mercy, mercy, mercy. So, go back over to here. Ooh. Oh, that's because I was going to set it up. Go back over to here. 56 minutes. You know what? I'm just going to see something here. I'm curious. I'm going to bring this one back up. And then it says reuse settings. Review and confirm settings. So it looks like the information was copied from a previous can. So it looks like, yep. You can change it. That's good. So now if I end this, no harm, no foul. Good. Learn something every day about this. So what do you guys think? Should I make an introduction to when I schedule it? I can come in here and hit a button and it'll play a countdown to something. I don't want to. I don't know the right words that I want. I'll never have anything as elaborate as Carrie. Nor will I ever figure out, even though I've figured out how to use the Google Earth thing. I found that to be pretty cool that Doug uses. But I don't want to copy either one of those. If I were to choose one to copy, it would be Carrie. His is by far the greatest, but I need to do something, I think. And I need to do something at the end as well, too, other than what I've kind of been doing lately, and that works out pretty good. So we're good to go on that. All right, guys. Coming up on an hour. Don't really know what else to talk about this evening. I do kind of want to line some things up. I have actually thought about doing that. Thought about a lot today, but I didn't do it. So you guys got to witness the transaction hopefully going down, and that my river rock's gone. And if the guy comes over and wants it, I'll do a video of it. I've got to take out the roses and a hydrangea and I think one other plant. So speaking of Mel Gibson, I do plan on watching the movies that you recommended. Was Highlander, was that a Sean Connery movie? The original one? Probably going to do that Sunday. Kind of got things going on up until then. We're still contemplating going to Indiana on Saturday. My dad's birthday would be Sunday. He passed away in 2003, so we probably can't talk to me about can't talk about me. Oh. Yeah, I'll tell you something kind of funny. Earlier today, I took a nap. My stomach was bothering me. I don't know what was going on, but I just had to take a nap. And I woke up right about 10 minutes till 6, and I wanted to put the news on to catch the weather. So I go in and switch the TV over, and I can't find the remote control, and I'm like, daggone it. So I start literally retracing my footsteps from the afternoon before I took my nap, and I can't find this remote. So I go in the other room, and I get the other remote, knowing it's to a different receiver, knowing it won't work. I take it in there, and sure enough, it doesn't work, so that was a wash. So I go in, and I start throwing pillows, and I start throwing blankets, and this, that, and the other. And anyway, I go in the kitchen and think, oh, maybe I put it in the kitchen, because I've been known to do that. Nope, it's not in the kitchen. Well, maybe no. I swear to you, everywhere I looked, I couldn't find it. And I walked by it at least 6 times. Because where it was at was on the ironing board, and I didn't even think to look on the ironing board. And how I found it was I sat down, and I was literally just doing that like, oh my gosh, I'm too young to be losing my mind. Where's this at? And I glanced at the ironing board, and there it was. So I had to tease my wife at dinner tonight and tell her that the house is a wreck because I lost the remote, and this, that, and that's broken, and we need a new aquarium, and don't be too mad, there's dead fish laying everywhere, and oh, by the way, the carpet's just saturated, so we'll get that fixed. Of course, she thought I was serious when I wasn't. So, see, I got some work to do on my computer here. What is it? Oh, that's the finished recording of the one I just showed everybody. So, I was pretty happy overall with how that came out. I really was. And there is one mistake. I know where it's at, and I, for the life of me, can't figure out how I made it, but I did. I can see some fish moving in the background. I just wonder, I'm going to try something here. I'm wanting to see if that camera will pick up the aquarium when there's no light other than the aquarium, and it looks like it won't. Nope, you can't. I mean, I know I can see the fish moving, but I think it needs more light. I gotta be real careful doing this. Yeah, that's okay. Experiment didn't work. Kind of hoping that it would. That'd be pretty cool to do. Gary, you still with us? Yep, looks like. So Gary just made a comment a minute ago. You mentioned something about the plants. I've got another video that I did that my camera was, when it updated it, froze a setting or something, but let's see if I can do this here. Can't remember how you do this. Gary just made a comment a minute ago. You mentioned something about the plants. I've got another video that I did that my camera was. Okay, so. Froze a setting or something, but let's see if I can do this here. This is a water bottle. And I took the cap off of this one because the leaf is getting ready to protrude through here. And I keep this in the same spot as this other water bottle. Same plant, but it has a cap on there. And I don't know if the camera's picking up the humidity that's on that or not. Probably not. Let me turn this light off, maybe that'll help out. Well, you can't see it, but there's an awful lot of humidity. In fact, there's water in the bottom. So the other one's got soil in it. You can see the humidity now down by my hand. The other one's got soil. This one does not. I'm trying to see which one will do better. It looks like I'm about having to take this cap off of this one. But the reason I keep the cap on there is to increase the humidity. And I've had real good success with some other things I've done like this. And, oh good, you could see the fish moving. I need to bring my other tank in here and get rid of that one. I've got a bigger tank that you can really, I got some big fish in there. One of these days I'll show you guys, I'll do a fish, a trip down fish tank memory lane, so to speak. We had 17 tanks at one time, and all 17 had fish. You name the fish we had. We had a lot of cichlids, we had Oscars, we had angelfish that would lay eggs, but we never did get any fry. We had guppies, and we got a million guppies. That was when we were in Vegas. Pretty good side business people ran, but I was never successful at it. And it's just a hobby, even though we had 17 tanks. We'll never have 17 tanks here because this house just isn't big enough for that. Plus, Charleston, Illinois is not the hotbed for fish tanks as Las Vegas was. So. I went to watch Jeopardy today, and then I realized that this new season, the old one ended last Friday, and the new season won't start until the end of September. With the new new host, not the new guest host, they're done with that. I was really surprised LeVar Burton didn't get the job. I thought he might. I thought he did a really good job. It really hurt his hosting when that one guy ended up with negative $7,400. I could do that good. I eat mahi-mahi. I like that. I like halibut. I used to eat a lot of tilapia, but I don't anymore. Don't like salmon. Don't like tuna. Love mahi-mahi. I would almost have to go Google what you're talking about. Tiger tanks with 10-pound turrets. Not sure what you're talking about. Hope that's not on my final Jeopardy question, because I won't pass that. And speaking of Jeopardy, I'll answer some of these things. They're so abstract. And my wife's actually said, "How did you know that?" I'm like, I honestly don't know. I've told the story many times. I hated school. I only participated in school to keep my grade average where I could participate in athletics. And then when I went to college, I was in the military, so I didn't have an opportunity to continue my athletic whatever, career, abilities, whatever. I did play on United States Army Korea team, which was fun. Got to travel around and play basketball and be in the Army at the same time. Really enjoyed that. It was amazing the perks you got being on that team. But yeah, I don't know where I get it, because some of the things I even got to scratch my own head and go, Jesus, how did I know that? Because that's just so abstract and so obscure that, you know, it's not like I sit here and scour the internet for knowledge, because I don't. I don't read. I don't watch a lot of historical or educational television shows. And I hear the Filipino channel in the background in there, so I know that's what she's watching. But I'd love to get on Jeopardy. I've done the online challenge 6 or 7 times and still waiting to hear back, so obviously haven't done too good on that. I just think it would be cool to be on there. Just, you know, get a daily double, and like everybody else goes, oh, I've been meaning to say this for 100 years. I'd like to make it a true daily double. Or get to Final Jeopardy and not know the answer, and you've got $3,000 and you bet $2,999. Why do they leave $1? I do not get that. I just don't get it. Not a big Wheel of Fortune fan. About the only game show I watch is Jeopardy, and I've been doing that since when I was in the military. Used to be late to the afternoon formation because Jeopardy came on at 12:30, went off at 1300 or 1 o'clock, and formation was always at 1 o'clock. So, needless to say, we were late quite a bit. Yeah, let me jump back over here to the main deal. See where we're at here. Minimize that. Go back over here. Hour and 11 minutes. Alright. Still got 2 people watching. I'm sure people come in and out. Blackwatch, have you heard from Tony? I'm trying to think when I last heard from him. Last week. Maybe he's taking a break like everybody else. And is Carrie going to be live this week, or is it next week? I can't remember. I was trying to look back over the history of his channel and figure it out. Wasn't doing too good. So do I have, let me see something. I want to see something here before I go. I'm curious as to MA. I don't know if I took pictures of this or not. Okay, so yeah, maybe I can do this. Cantaloupe out of our garden. That's our 3rd one. By far the best one. It was very, very, very delicious. Had good texture, had great taste. Waiting on the watermelon to get fully developed now. Okay, so clearly this doesn't follow. Well, maybe it does. So this thing now is 4 times bigger than it was, and it's so heavy right around in here it's almost bent over 90 degrees, and the stalk is splitting. But it finally bloomed. This one bloomed. That one's bloomed already. These were taken last week and it was getting ready to bloom right after a rain. That's my brother's coral. Grandpa and the newest grandson. Or no, that's granddaughter. God, they didn't hear me. Yeah, I think back on my high school days, and man, I love this picture. I'm going to have that framed because that was just taken at just the right time with her eyes closed, and just perfect little picture. She's got to be in the middle of everything. In fact, I got to send some pictures to my friend I grew up with. You realize you're starting to get a little old when one of your classmates lets the graduating class know that her husband just got put on hospice, and then you kind of think back to yourself that, well, gee, 62 is really not all that old, and to be on hospice at 62, that would be horrible. Now, it looks like we're not getting along here, but we actually are. I pick her up and toss her on the couch and tickle her. And I was wanting to see. I guess I don't have it. Yeah, so there's our DirecTV, and you can see the carpet's kind of worn. Got a spot there, and just it needs fixed. So I don't know if I explained this last time I showed this picture or not, but I was cleaning out the garage and I found my golf clubs. So I took these pots right here, and I got out my pitching wedge, my 9-iron, and my sand wedge, and then I was trying to actually put them in there. It's been years since I played golf. Anyway, going in this direction from this end to that end, I hit this several times, but it never did go inside. And then coming from this end to this end, I wasn't even close. And I don't know if it was a psychological thing or what, but it was just hilarious. Okay, so I'm going to show you real quick like. Yeah, I've showed you guys that. Let's go back over to here. Let's go into here. We've been doing here. So there's the same pots. Containers in there yesterday, bombs. And I think they're going to look real good if they get half the size of these. And that'll look really good. I'm real happy with that. And over here, planted one there. So one of the flaws with the iPhone is when you're doing a live video, you can't turn it horizontally. And you can see those river rocks, how bad that is. I'm just so, I'm done with it. I can't put pesticide in there because it'll kill the roses. And the roses actually do quite well. Those are all mums that we bought last year, not knowing a thing about mums. Got somebody watching me. Wonder who that could be. Now I did that as a joke because I knew who it was. Yeah, right here. The one right there. And my Wi-Fi signal sometimes is horrible. Keep the new glad coming in right here. I'm gonna have to kind of get a mental block of what these are. As far as the coloring goes. These look real good. Probably gonna lose the signal here. Can I take a guess at how old you are? That's pretty. I like the white shading. And a yellow sunflower right here. And this guy's. That's a purple sunflower. 10 blooms on it. Got about 10 blooms. And unfortunately, I think I did get a good shot right. These guys. Now see how bent over that is? Beautiful plant, 12 feet tall until it bloomed. And beautiful plant, being 12 foot tall. I propped up a stick on this one. Hopefully the seeds will develop. We'll get some seeds. That one's got a bee up in there. Yeah, you can't zoom this, but there's a bumblebee in that one. So, there's a big little spider right there. He's not real big, but anyway, I just wanted to bring everybody up to date what we've got done. Hopefully these mums that we just planted tonight or last night will develop quite well. And I think the plan's going to be mums, marigold, mums, marigold, mums, marigold. And this is just atrocious. I'm really hoping someone hits me up and says, yeah, we'll take all those rocks and they can come in here and get them. And I'll get dirt back in there and we'll grow some beautiful, beautiful roses and flowers. So there again is the river rock that hopefully this guy is coming out tomorrow will want to take them. And here I can get that little problem resolved. Probably over the winter. Alright, thank you for watching. So tomorrow morning when I water them, I got some little bit of cleanup work to do, get that stuff going. I'm really hoping this guy shows up and has a backhoe or bobcat or machinery that he can just 2 or 3 scoops and be gone with it, and then I'll pull the roses out. That'll be that. So yeah, I just turned 62 in June. Got my first retirement check this month. I think I'm going to like that. Put it to good use. For once in our time together, we're actually going to plan a vacation later next year, and then get with my son and try to plan a vacation with him and the kids, maybe to Disney World down in Florida. We can drive down there. It's only about a 10-hour drive from here, which that could be fun with a bunch of kids. We're an hour and 20 minutes. I guess we're not getting an answer on the age of Blackwatch. We should start a bet. Of course, I don't know how we would pay the debt off, but we should start a debt. You guys remember a couple weeks back, Doug was doing a thing with Bertlin, and they said the first one that can guess what his mom does and his mom's name and what his mom does wins a book. Well, I won that contest. I'm still waiting on that book. My wife and I were talking about that earlier today. Let's just say yeah, really. Well, my kids always slept. We took them to Walt Disney World a couple times, and they always slept down when we drove that, which was awesome. I don't know how long they're going to wait before they decide they want to do that, which I know they will want to do that. My son's wife's sister goes every year. In fact, they just went last month. Of course, it may all change with the way the current situation of COVID is, and might not ever get that opportunity again. I don't know. I'd like to take them to Mall of America. The Lego area they have up there was pretty cool. I think they would really enjoy that. I personally wouldn't mind going to Minnesota and going and doing some fishing. I think that would be fun. I'd like to go to the mountains in Virginia, and I'd really like to go to South Dakota and see Mount Rushmore. That's probably not all that it's built up to be in pictures and television and whatnot, but I think it would be pretty neat. I've been to Canada, been to Germany, been to Japan, been to Alaska, been to Korea. Maybe try to hit all continental United States. Get an RV and tour the United States. No, I couldn't handle that. I would have constant, are we there? Are we there? Are we there? Put the wife to sleep. Jerry, did you catch any of the Brickyard on Sunday? I'm still really disappointed in that. Like, I just can't believe they took the Brickyard 400 and turned it into a road course, and then turned it into the debacle that it turned into be. Just horrible. Probably going to stop following NASCAR as much as I do. Some of their silly changes. And I read somewhere where they're going to go to pay-per-view anyway, so once they do that, I'll clearly be done with it. I'm still trying to figure out how to get Paramount Plus. And, I think there was one other one. AMC Plus maybe, I'm not sure on that one. Paramount Plus I'd like to get. That's CBS. Yeah, well, the Brickyard 400 was they ran on the oval from 92, I believe it was, or 94. And then this year they made it into a road course, and it was the dumbest thing they've ever done. The driver said prior to the race it was the dumbest thing they ever done. And I have to agree. It just was terrible. It literally took an hour to run the last 5 laps of the race because of the track got destroyed because part of it came up and it destroyed a bunch of cars. And it was just, I think at one point in time I actually just, I had it on in the background but I wasn't paying attention, and then I had to back it up to see who won the race. So terrible. Well guys, I'm going to call it a night. Been an hour and 25 minutes. It's 1 o'clock. Blackwatch, I need to get with you and you need to teach me how you do the emojis things. I've yet to figure out how to do that. Oh my gosh, yes. Unsers, Foyt, Andretti, Art Pollard. I actually seen him get killed in practice. Tom Sneva. I seen the 200 mile an hour barrier broke. Tom Sneva. Yeah, gosh, back then, though, that, I mean, then, yeah. And then to see the Andretti's, Mario's son come up, and then his grandson came up, Marco. Yep, it's, I remember when I was a recruiter in Bloomington, we got to go out there for Armed Forces Day, and it was pretty cool. I was amazed. I really appreciated it more as an adult than I did it. I mean, I enjoyed it as a teenager, and probably more the extracurricular activities that were going on than as an adult. I appreciated the speed of the cars, that they were, you know, doing 250 miles an hour down the front straight, slow down to 230 something in the corners, and that car would just hug those corners. And I've been on the little, you ride in a bus around the track, which is nothing like the cars, I'm sure. And then they've recently started, you can drive your own car around the track, which would be pretty cool, but there would be so many restrictions on it that I don't know that I'd want to do that. Now, if I still have my 68 Camaro, I'd probably want to do it, but I'd get in trouble because I'm sure I'd want to break loose. I wouldn't want that to happen. So, yeah, I don't get how you guys do those icon things, the smiley faces. I must be boring Blackwatch, he's sleeping. And then I guess the stop sign with the stop hand or something. I just sent me two. Oh, did you really? All right. Yes, my first donation. That's probably to shut me up, though. Oh, that's good. That is good. I wouldn't even know. Yeah, 2 cents. Oh, that's hilarious. I wouldn't even know where to check for things of that nature. I do have a PayPal account, though, that I haven't used in years. I really ought to close it. There's a whopping $5 balance in it. Been that way for years. They keep sending me a message saying, hey, you still got $5. I just haven't taken the time to shut it down. I need to. So on a personal note, what cell phone carriers do you guys use? I'm currently on AT&T. I am thinking about switching to T-Mobile. And I'm trying to find out who thinks what's the best. I can switch to T-Mobile and lower my bill by about $50 a month, which is good in the long run. Or I can stay with AT&T and I'm going to lower it about $36 a month, which is okay. But quite honestly, my iPhone 11 Pro Max is horrible. I get the world's worst service. And according to my little brother, T-Mobile's got the best 5G service there is. So I just want to, oh, I see we made it to 4 viewers at one point in time. That's cool. Didn't see that until now. If you don't mind saying it, you know, I mean, if you're on Verizon, say Verizon and it's okay, or Verizon and it sucks, or, you know, I'm on my neighbor across the street's using Track Mobile or Track Phone or whatever it is. which is really surprising because he's in his late 20s. I figured he'd be top of the line everything. Big Dave Ramsey fan across the street. Pretty good kid though. I sent a link. I will PayPal you once in on Tuesday. Oh yeah, I will gladly pay you on Tuesday. Sprint for now. Well, Sprint was bought by T-Mobile. In fact, one of the things we did yesterday is we went to a T-Mobile store, and it said, if you were a Sprint customer, you are now with T-Mobile, or something to that effect. And my brother had told me that T-Mobile bought them out. So, really, they're bad. So this is interesting. On the one I'm watching in front, I see Gary's message almost instantly, and then it's a little bit later over there. So Sprint T-Mobile sucks. That's not good. Because unless it's the phone, AT&T right now is horrible. And I haven't ruled completely out. I've been with AT&T for almost 10 years. Yeah, at least 10 years. And I will give AT&T credit. If there is an issue and you call, they will usually straighten the issue out, and they will usually give you some kind of credit for whatever the issue was. I have to give them credit for that. And I'm kind of like one of the guys Doug did. He's paying for 100 gigabyte of data, and he should get 100 gigabyte of data, or a terabyte, or whatever it was, and he's not getting that. And man, with what he was getting, I'd be happy. I paid for 100 megabytes, and I'm over that, so I'm good on that. Blackwatch must not have a cell phone. Oh, he's got to have a cell phone. Surely he's not still tied to the landline. Now, wait a minute. I don't keep up with however you say that word, until my brother brought it up. He's been with them about 2 years, and he really likes them. Yep, the iPhone 13 comes out in September. They just didn't say when in September. Man, I got something itching my eye all of a sudden. Something got up in there, I guess. Yeah, I actually Googled that and it said September. Yeah, Sprint used to give pretty good. I was with Sprint from 2000 until 2011, late 2010 or early 2011. And I only switched because I needed something with Sprint to be done with my wife's mother, and they wouldn't do it. We literally walked out of one store into another, and AT&T did it with no questions, and it was been good since. I mean, other than my iPhone 11 Pro is not 5G as we were told it was. It's got a 4G emulator in it, and it's just horrible. So I'm kind of hoping the iPhone 12, which is 5G, solves the issue. And honestly, it makes me no difference if, I mean, I would love to save $50 a month, obviously, but if I could just pay this phone off and get one, I don't know. I got a lot of thinking to do, and there's no hurry on it at all. So, acquisitions. I hate those big words. Why can't we keep it simple? Ken Stout speak. They took over. They bought them out. That's what tomorrow's night show will be. Tomorrow's night show will be the English language explained. Boy, that'll be fun. Yeah, I mean, when we were in California and Vegas, we got discounts being nurses, and no cellulite, huh? Okay. Wished I could say that. But yeah, I mean, we got awesome discounts with Sprint being in the nursing field. I barely get a discount being a veteran with AT&T. Verizon didn't have any kind of discounts, and T-Mobile they've got one, but it wasn't going to amount to anything. So I can't find anybody locally here that's got it that I could ask. So I got to ask those that I can ask. So Blackwatch, do we get a ballpark figure of how old you are? What do they speak? Dragon speak. Dragon speaking. Was Dragon the one where they had the advertisements where they talked and it, as you spoke, it put it to text? Is that what Dragon speaking was? A lot of these things I'll briefly see. I have no interest, and I lose interest in it. Let me see if I can do this. See if I can multitask here. $20 to $150. Okay, that narrows the field down a little bit. I think we can rule out the 20 aspect and the 20 end of the scale. And I know your daughter's age. Hopefully she's doing pretty good with her diabetes. I don't know if that was what upset my stomach today or not, but something just totally, man, right after breakfast too. It was horrible. Didn't even eat lunch. I am the world's oldest pregnant guy. Not only are you the world's oldest pregnant guy, you are the world's only pregnant guy. And my question to you, my friend, is it going to be a natural childbirth or is it going to be a C-section? Inquiring minds want to know. We'll wait for your answer. So Gary, do you get any much fishing in Michigan? My next thing to attempt to do is I'm going to try to do what Doug does when he does the Zoom live stream sessions. Of course, that'll be interesting because I really don't have an important topic to talk about. I'm sure not going to be repairing anybody's computers. I'm probably not going to be teaching anybody much about Photoshop, DaVinci Resolve, or Vegas Pro. Maybe flowers. We could discuss flowers. I don't know. Yeah, Bruce Jenner. I wonder if he's going to become the, or she, or whatever his nomenclature is nowadays, the governor of California. So how is the fishing up there? I think that's one thing I miss most my younger adult days. I used to you'd still make history. Blackwatch, it would still make history. That's I'll get all philosophical here, but I'm not going to. I just sent a text into the east end of the house to see if my wife was still awake. I'm going to put this over here for a second. I'm going to go grab a quick water because I need something to drink. I'll be right back. Hopefully you guys will still be with me. Alright, I'm back. Got me a good glass of water, bottle of water. I can put this back over where it's supposed to be, which I guess we can go now. Let's go with this one. That way I can do stuff in the background. We have actually fished once together. She had never fished in her life, and my little brother knows a place where you can go fish, catch and release only, and we went down there, and it was quite enjoyable. I caught the most amount of fish. He caught the biggest fish. I'm trying to figure out if I can remember where those pictures are at. This folder's only got 2027 pictures in it. She had a good time. I was really surprised because the day we chose to go, there was a light rain, and I figured it would be miserable. I've fished in the rain millions of times. It doesn't bother me a bit. I want to leave that one open. I don't think it's in here. These are all pictures from Vegas in our house. Let me minimize that. Let me jump over to there. We're going to here. We're going to there. We're going to there. We're going to there. So this is a plan I'm going to put next year out here. Morning glories. I got an idea of where I want to put them. There's where I got the Senior Stout from. We dug these out of my buddy's yard in Vegas and put them in my yard. They grew excellent. Okay. So 80-gallon show tank, 40-gallon show tank. This was free. This cost me $60, complete setup. If I can find it, I'll show you my two 80-gallon show tanks I had. Absolutely no money in them whatsoever. I don't eat the fish. I'm catch and release strictly. Just the enjoyment of going fishing. So you can see right here why I don't like river rock. This was Vegas. I've been fighting rocks. Every house I bought's got rocks in it. You'd think I'd learned my lesson by now, but I don't. Oh, here we go. I was looking for this earlier. So this is when we first moved in. No roses were down. I hate these rocks. Absolutely cannot. I hate them. Hate them. Can't emphasize that word enough. I think the fishing pictures are in here. I think. I don't really remember. I've looked at thousands of pictures the last couple of days. So talk amongst yourselves. There we go. I found him. I told you I could find him. So that's my brother. And that's me with my IU Green Bay Packers shirt on. And this stupid little fish right here, little bass, wouldn't swallow the hook. That's how big he was. I caught the first fish. And then another one, little bluegill. Why is this intermixed like this? This should not be intermixed. Oh, here we go. We'll start right here. So This is my wife's very first fish she caught, and that was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fish. Yeah, I was told, Gary, I should try to sell them, but I want to get rid of them, so I'm just going to give them away. I, you know, I want them gone. I really do. So I was jealous of the first fish she ever caught. Nice little bass. And we were trying to get her to hold it, but she wouldn't. I forget the deal with that one. I think that was her second fish. Little bluegill. And that's her second. That's either her second or her third fish, and it was bigger than the first one. I mean, and you can see the drizzling, how bad it was. So, but here's the monster fish of the day. Not that one. That one right there, that catfish. Beautiful, beautiful catfish. And my brother recycles vinyl records. Got a nice collection of them. This is just part of his collection. So, yeah, it was a good day. Nice sized bluegill right here. We enjoyed it. Want to go back. The heck was that? Oh. I forget where we were at a casino in Vegas. I forget which one when that was taken. And we went to the pawn shop place out there. It's pretty interesting to go in there. Again, we took out all the rock. You can see we got this side done, and then we planted these bushes here, and I did a walk out front there. Another angle of it. VP&Es. That's funny. Yeah, we moved all these rock, they were lava rock. We did them by hand, and man, this picture was taken because one of my classmates said, in all the pictures it looks like everyone else is doing the work. So I actually was doing work there. Took us a long time. We did the front and the back. And this was my garden out there, right there. Just that space right there was the only place I could grow anything. Then we're back. I don't know why the computer does this. It mixes the pictures up. So the story behind this is we were given these rocks, which cost about $5 a piece, but we had to haul them up this long incline, and then hopefully somewhere in here, yeah, right there, I had a Honda Insight at the time, and you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, put them 5 high, and then there's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 44, 48, 52, 56, 60, 64, 66, 68, 70, 72, 70. There's about 80 block in there. We made 3 trips because I didn't want to put too much weight in the car. And the third trip, we actually did overweigh it, but I was tired of driving back and forth. So, and then this is when we were unloading them into our house. That's the one side, that's our gate and our house. And there you go. I mean, I've hauled more crap in that car. Then we're back to here, and then there's another shot of it. Then back to Charleston. I don't know why the computer does that. You'd think it would keep them all somewhat in numerical or chronological or geographical or some kind of. I know. I need a truck so bad, and I actually looked at two, but they were both disasters. Not, I mean, the one, and I took this because this was in Vegas at a Jack in the Box, and these are actually policemen. This guy had passed out, probably overdosed. But yeah, I need a truck so bad. But then again, that would be a. So there you go. There's a good shot of what we were doing. All these rock we took out by hand, and then all the block I got, we laid across the front and the back, and I put it to good use. I really did. And then we laid sod. I don't think those pictures are in here. They're a pretty good shot right there. There's the one cactus we took out of my friend's yard. He hated them. He was like, I don't want those cactus. You can have them. So we dug them up. And wow, we're speaking foreign languages now. I have to put a disclaimer in there. Yeah, I take too many pictures. There you go. Two of my albums. Great Herb Alpert. I remember listening to this as a kid. Oh, God, my eye itches. What's going on? My granddaughter's right here. My mom. She turned 83 in July. My grandson. Okay, let's go see where we're at here. Those. Probably getting down toward the end here. Yeah, Gary, here you go. Look at this one. So, I'll let it catch up. I need a truck super bad. There you go. Check that out. That's the roof to my chicken coop right there. I needed some plywood, and I found it. Thank goodness it wasn't but 2 houses up, so I didn't have to. I drove it home, and bricks from my neighbor. We've been down that road before. We got a lot of butterflies last year on our flowers. This year we didn't have any. It's kind of surprising. Then the bricks being constructed. That looks really good now. The pictures I showed you earlier with the mums, that's what went in there. This is all mums now. Wow, I needed to cut my grass. It's terrible. And then the finished product. My son, when I was in the military, I should embarrass him and send him that to him. Say, show your girls. So this is me, my grandfather, my best friend, my son, he's a fat little kid. And there he is again. I'm glad I found these. I'll be sending them. So, can I spin that? Yep, that's young me in the military with my son. Okay, I must be lost because you really like Leonard, and I don't know what Leonard is. So I'll play someone we all watch, Chit Chat. This is both my boys. This is Joshua and this is Jeremiah. He looks just like his daughter, or his daughter looks just like him. What was that? Something about a group I joined. Who knows? The original chicken coop. The original 4 chickens. And then the revision number 1. Getting ready to revise it again. We're going to take this shed apart, and we're either going to move the coop into there, or we're going to, or in its place, or we're going to move the coop out into the yard. We just haven't decided yet. We've been together 14 years, and we've been married for, I'd have to go look, a long time. But we've been together 14 years. We were nurses. Worked at the same facility. In the same nurses station. So as you can see, supervision is going quite well. That was my Pleco in one of my tanks in Vegas. Very proud of that fish. We let the chickens out occasionally. That must be the last picture. Not going any further. Let's see. No, that's not the last picture. That's interesting. I wonder why that wouldn't go any further. So we probably have had this conversation. No, we lived together for a while, but no, not quite. We lived together a few years before we actually did get married. So there's my case for my build. There's the cooler for my build. I'll have to let this catch up, or I have to slow me down. So I'll watch it over here. Gary asked where I and M, RN. No, I was not an RN. As CNA, and I decided to go that route of CNA, LPN, and progress that way if I liked it. And then some things took place. I was in California at the time. Some things took place back in Indiana that required my attention there rather than in California. So that's the cooler, power supply. Can't believe there's this big of a lag right now. This is just amazing. What's the, it says excellent connection. Wow, power supply still not cropped up yet. Hard drive. Recommended by Catherine Anna Hauserman. The memory I ended up going with, combination of Catherine and both Jim's recommendation. Both of them recommended this i7 10th generation processor. And anyone that knows me has heard me say I really wanted to go with an i9, but everyone I talked to, and they convinced me that this would be better than any i9 I could get. So that's what I got. That's what I went with. And I bought the keyboard and mouse combination, the motherboard, and it's sold out now. I'm pretty happy with it. And then all the parts laid out before I put it together. So overall I'm pleased. I've since ran the Ethernet cable that's on the ground. I've got it ran properly. This was just ran in here so I could do it. And I kind of took pictures as I went along. I was going to do it live, and I'm really glad I didn't, because it would have been a 10-hour mini marathon. And I'm glad that I didn't. It worked out really good. And then the cooler attached and the memory. And I can't remember what that is. That's a great picture. Man. Oh, it's the corner of my desk and where I put the computer. Okay. And when I went into BIOS, and I should have taken a picture of the other one when I had. Now it says G Skill 1638 4 MB 26666 megahertz and all of them because I duplicated the memory. She was all for it, Gary. I've wanted to build one now for 3 or 4 years. I've been watching Carrie that long, and I never needed a computer. And honestly, I didn't really need this one either. I wanted to build a computer, and Amazon Prime Days came along in June, and I had already priced one out, so I took that list, I compared it to what Amazon Prime was offering on Prime Days, and this is a substantial amount of money that I was going to save, so I just went with her and said, hey, you know, this is what it would cost normally, this is what it costs currently, and she was like, yeah, go for it. So I did, and I built it, and it works, and I mean, that's good. I mean, it worked out really good. Would I ever build another one? I don't know. If my family members or friends came here and said, hey, would you build me a computer, you know, sure, might take me a day or two to do it, but I think I could do it. I will never have a business building computers. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I'm sure this computer will last quite a long time. Now, I did upgrade the RAM over the weekend because, again, it was on sale, $25 less than what I paid for it when I built the computer. Free shipping, plus I had a credit coming that I had to use by the 15th. So when we applied it all together, the only thing I ended up paying basically was the sales tax on it. It was a need. It was a want, not a need. I didn't need it. My old computer was working just fine. Still is working just fine, actually. My cable management, pretty proud of how that came out, actually. Could that be the last picture? That possibly could not be the last picture. Okay, so here, got to show you this. Just to give you a perspective, this is Illinois, people. This isn't Alaska. This isn't Wyoming. This isn't Idaho. This is Illinois. Middle of the doggone state. And I got to dig all that out to get out because it's taller than the bumper. Man. Should have pulled the car in. Alright. Thanks for watching. Just to give you a perspective, this is Illinois, people. This isn't Alaska. This isn't Wyoming. This isn't Idaho. This is Illinois. Middle of the doggone state. And I got to dig all that out to get out because it's taller than the bumper. I had to show you that video. Man. Should have pulled the car in. This was a snow we got last year, and it drifted, and I had made the mistake of not backing the car in. Not that it would have made any difference. I couldn't have pulled it out. I might have been, if I got dug out to here, I might have been able to, but I had to dig out all the way to the street. I mean, it was terrible. Don't have a snow blower, and probably won't buy one because we'll probably never get another snow like that again, but that was so funny. To answer your question, Gary, I wouldn't want to build computers. I'm just saying if my sons or brother, my son builds computers for his company. They actually install alarm services, and they custom build computers for the alarm services. So he's got that talent and that knowledge. My other son, he could care less about computers, so that's not ever going to happen. I don't think anyone's going to ask me to. I'm just saying if they did, I probably would. I mean, um, as long as they pay for the parts and got some patience, sure, I don't mind it. But I don't, not at this age, would I want to. I enjoy the gardening. It's not real difficult to do. Although last year was great, this year's been okay. We've been overrun with the weeds, which is interesting. Um, and no, Blackwatch, she didn't actually say though. She was real supportive of it. I honestly can say there was no bad. There was no, we'll do that later or whatever. Even when I upgraded to memory, there was no backlash. Even when I wanted to upgrade the fans and add the 3 colorful fans, she was okay with that. So, yeah, no. No, I'll tell you why I don't want to get a snowblower, because as soon as I go get a snowblower, we'll never get another big snow for however long we live here. Ever. We moved here in 2019. We've been here 2 years now, and we've been through 2 winters, and the first winter was really mild in my estimation, but according to the news, it was pretty severe. Last winter was really severe in my mind, but according to the news, it was really mild. So who knows? Other than that one day, I mean, and that was the drifting. That wasn't the depth of the snow. Old age and dementia. Yeah, that's scary. That's very scary. So, let's see where we're at here. Oh, a little over 2 hours. That's pretty good. It's all, the RGB's all right. I mean, I've never quite understood its purpose other than it looks good. It absolutely has no impact on the operation of the computer whatsoever. I don't, as far as I know, unless I'm going to sit here in the total darkness and look at the fan, and there's no need for that too. And I really came really close to buying a set of 3 to put in the front, because the front panel will hold 3 fans in it, and I don't know. I'm glad I didn't. And like I said, I don't think it's overheating. It's got 3 fans now. It's got 1 on the front, got 1 on the cooler, it's got 1 on the back, and technically it's got 4 because the power supply's got 1. So there's no need to put 2 more fans or 3 more fans that make pretty colors on there. Tire's about flat anyway. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it a night. It's 1:45. I'm probably going to watch a video on the effects, because that's I really do have in my mind. I got this pretty good project going I want to do, and then I don't know if I want to, when I put it on YouTube, if I want to do it in segments or if I want to do it as like I did the one with the rooting of the roses, one big video. Or I may do both, I don't know. So, I'm going to call it a night. Gary, thank you for being here. Blackwatch, thank you for being here. Anyone else that's joined us, thank you for being here. I probably will go live tomorrow night and probably rattle on for 2 or 3 hours again. Appreciate it. Gentlemen, until tomorrow or the next day, I'll let you know how things go with the River Rock. Have a good morning. Have a good tomorrow. Take care. Good night for now. Bye. Until tomorrow or the next day, I'll let you know how things go with the River Rock. Have a good morning. Have a good tomorrow. Take care. Good night for now. Bye.